Life is a transition of stages, each a rite of passage taking us across the threshold of new experiences. Inevitably, we all will face the final door, the final threshold. Yet for this stage, most of us are ill-prepared. One organization has faced the final threshold, providing a key of comfort for all who ask for help: Joliet Area Community Hospice. Hospice is a shelter, a haven where pain is managed during the last days of a patient's life.
One of the dignities of life is to be without pain, and I think that if we can offer that to folks, then we should be able to give that to them.
Hospice provides opportunities for loved ones to surround the patient with compassion and love when moments are precious.
We shared a lot, I think, of moments that we probably would not have shared, the love of one another. I don't think you always do that to siblings. Ann and I fought quite a bit as we were growing up. It brought us a distinct closeness, and a closeness I think that I have been able to carry on with my children and even with the grandchildren. You learn to say things before it's too late.
Hospice prepares people to talk openly about dying.
That was probably the hardest thing for me to really say to them. It was okay. And it was, I knew they would be happier and they were better off, but it's very hard for me.
Hospice is a special kind of care for dying people.
You know, you sort of live until you die. You're not waiting around to die. Hospice does not prolong life, neither does it hasten death, but we want people to have the highest possible quality of life for whatever time God has left for them.
Hospice treats the physical needs of patients and tends to their emotional and spiritual needs as well. Hospice goes far beyond the dying person. Helping and supporting family members is an essential part of the mission and process of hospice.
We are there to support them, to educate them, and to help them through a very difficult process, through the dying process.
They took care of everything. They took care of the medication, they took care of the diapers that he needed, the Depends, and they took care of many things that I ordinarily would have to get myself. And they were just so loving and compassionate.
There's just nothing they don't do. They're like little angels running around. That's the bottom line.
For nearly 20 years, Joliet Area Community Hospice has operated not as a place, but as a philosophy of care, and home is the heart of the hospice philosophy. Most people prefer to die at home, surrounded by those they know and love. The problem is that not everyone can live out his or her last days at home.
It's a very, very taxing task, if you will, to take care of people 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
We have some situations in which the ideal of having a patient live in their own home and die in their own home cannot be carried out. Sometimes they need a little bit more care than the caregiver can give at this time, and they need to have some specialized house care, not hospital, but in a home where we could have nursing services, give more intense service to them.
In the past, the only alternative for these people has been hospitalization or nursing home care. But now there is a new hope for these patients and families, a shelter of love called the hospice home.
Have a place to go. There is help out there. And it doesn't matter how much money you have, what insurance you have, hospice will claim you no matter what.
The new hospice home will emphasize the quality of life and death with compassion and dignity. The freestanding residence will offer expanded options and opportunities. These include a home-like, supportive atmosphere to assist the entire family through the final stages of life. Specially trained personnel in the hospice home 24 hours a day who are ready to attend to the medical, emotional, psychological, and spiritual needs of patients and family. And finally, cost-effective care for the terminally ill at less than 1/3 the cost of traditional medical settings. A parcel of land in Joliet has been selected for the new hospice home. The beautiful rural setting is easily accessible to major thoroughfares and city amenities. This location is central to the 500,000 people in Will and Grundy counties Joliet Area Community Hospice serves. As you walk through the doors of the new hospice home, you'll be warmly welcomed by the gentle, comforting chimes of a grandfather's clock. You'll know instantly that you're not in an institutional setting, but in someone's home. The hallways are large enough to accommodate moving a bed through the home, but the wallpaper, wall hangings, and carpeting give the residents a home-like feel. Each of the 12 patient rooms will have large windows, low enough so the patient can look outside without having to raise the bed. Bird feeders and evergreen trees will attract activity outside the window throughout the seasons. 2 family rooms will be available for conversation and quality family time. The first family room is designed for quiet meditation and meetings with counselors and clergy. A large brick fireplace serves as the central focus of the room. The second room is designed as a gathering place for celebrating a person's life. A kitchenette area, children's area, and plenty of seating will help generations of family members come together under one roof. Plus, plenty of shrubs, trees, and flower gardens will make this facility a home away from home for terminally ill patients. Hospice's promise is to reaffirm life. By opening the doors to a freestanding facility, Hospice is renewing its promise to help people die at home, even when they can't.
Death isn't always that bad. It can be beautiful. And the hospice program taught me that.
All is in readiness, an unsung need in the community, a rich tradition of caring support, a blueprint specifically designed for unique needs, and terminally ill patients who deserve a home for their final days.
We are such a mobile world that you have to look, to the future. A place that you can go and still have all the comforts of home, still have all of the services available through the hospice.
Now only your generosity is needed. It will take many hands to raise the necessary funds for constructing, furnishing, and endowing the Joliet Area Community Hospice Home. And it will take many hearts to give the $3 million needed to establish this shelter of love. Please open your heart to the terminally ill patients and their families. Your gifts will make their last days together more enriched because of hospice care.
The theme, Help Us Open the Door, is sort of a segue into the whole hospice home concept. It will be like home. There'll be a door there. There'll be a family room there. There'll be a kitchen there.
We're all very excited about the hospice home.
You have the key. A key to the door of the hospice home. A shelter of love for the Joliet area. Won't you please help us open the door?